Killer is dead.
Hello there, Seraph17 once again. This is my Killer is Dead, very hard difficulty video walkthrough. This is episode 5, She Who Eats Dreams. So for this mission there's a lot of bullshit walking around, seeing expositional moments, and I've trimmed all of that out. It's going to go straight to the boss fight, and I'm being quite generous with this game and rewards, but it's another one for this mission. This is one of the worst boss designs I have ever fought in my entire life of playing games. It's not fun, it's overly long, and it's rage-inducing. It's just, goodness me, just madness. And the premise is simple. There are 4 clones of an enemy. You have to beat up the clone until it collapses and it does a little bit of damage to the boss. The clones have the ability to go invisible, which is this right now. If you hit them when they're invisible, it puts you in a first-person mode, which you just saw. And then from that moment, if you shoot them enough or deal enough damage, you will deal damage. Every so often, the clones will coalesce together, and they'll do a move where they summon a giant triangle that sucks you in. At that moment in time, if you are beating up a clone and it's quite weak, you can kill the clone, and it will end the triangle move. However, if you're not, you'll get hit by the triangle, and there's not really much you can do, because it doesn't seem like there's a way to stop it, or a way that I have found in my experience with the game right now. And I'm going to be fair here with it. I've only played through the game twice, in however many hours I've owned the game. Got it on the day of release, and finished the guide the day after the release, so I'm not that experienced with it. But in my time, this fight is just, it's not fun. And then the enemies slow you down so that your shots don't even register. It's, oh my goodness, just, I don't know what they were thinking. I really don't. You know, that one of the biggest issues I have with the game personally is you can't change the sensitivity of the camera, which is inexcusable in this day and age. So when I'm trying to turn the camera, and what you've got to bear in mind, folks, for me personally, on every game I play, the first thing I do before I've even touched the game is I turn the camera sensitivity to max. And for some games, this can make it extremely difficult to adjust because it's so fast, but in the end, it benefits me. And you may ask why? Well, it's simple. If I can turn my camera in an instant, I can see whatever I need to see, whenever I need to see it, in such a speedy fashion that I have no excuse to blame the camera for my errors. And that's what I love. And this game takes that away from me and forces me to use the slowest fucking turning camera I've ever seen in a long time. Like, oh, I know that didn't make any sense, that past sentence. Ever seen, long time. But it's one of the things I can't forgive. I really can't, because it's something that's so easy to do, and why the hell would they steal that function from the player? You know, I'm not asking you to let me customize the the dead spot on the controller. I'm not asking for that precision, even though it's nice when they give it. All I want is let me turn the camera faster than a fucking geriatric, because I can't keep up with this boss that's teleporting around the game. You know, no lock-on, inexcusable. Can't change camera fast enough, inexcusable. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. And then on top of it, the camera on this game makes Ninja Gaidens look competent, and a lot of Ninja Gaiden fans are going to go, whoa, 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 the camera on those games is fine. No, dude, it's not. It's just you've played it so much and you love the game so much that you've learnt to put up with it. There's a difference between a good camera and a bad one that we put up with because the game is great. And unfortunately, the camera on The Killer is Dead is terrible. And it just really is. Oh my god. The amount of times where I've just, hung my face like Jean-Luc Picard with my palm just breached against the cusp of my forehead in utter shame. Just nonsense. It's not fun. It really ain't, folks. And it's lazy. And it's lazy from a studio that, before you make your game look really great and fancy and crazy and ludicrous and have a story that, rivals just sheer incongruity, make sure the fundamentals fucking work, because it's the strangest thing of the Suda51 and the Grasshopper Studios. They make games that literally don't get made anymore. And for some reasons, there's a good explanation as to why they don't. We've gone from the phase of game art pushing the boundary. Like, you can't make a game that's nothing but graphics anymore, because people will say the graphics are fantastic, but the gameplay is shit. It has to be gameplay first. That's how this, you know, evolution works. Visuals are fantastic, but if the game doesn't play well, who the hell wants to play a pretty looking game? You know? It doesn't work that way. And finally we get to kill the boss, which if you don't have blood, this fight's going to last even longer. And my condolences to anybody that enjoys that fight. I personally don't, and I just don't understand why they made such just a frustrating and waste of time, boring fight. But thank you for watching. I hope it mitigated some of your issues with it, like I had when I first checked that stupid level out. But there you go anyhow, folks. You take care now.